Hi guys, this is Hardik M. Gowda. I'm currently pursuing BTech CSC from PS University. I'm in second year right now. The main subjects of interest are mathematics and science for high school. For today's demo video, I've taken trigonometry as the topic for class 10th. Let's start. So what is trigonometry? So I'm pretty sure if you have people have heard of it, if you have not. But to break down the word, we need to divide it into two different words, which is trigon or met. Trigon means three-sided polygon, which is triangle, and metry means measurements. So triangle and measurements. Okay, so from these two words, we are able to understand that we are doing something related to the length of the side of the triangle. Okay, length of the side of the triangle. Okay, fine, that we'll see that later. But before that, you've also learned triangles in other chapter, right? What's the difference between this and this? Okay, so in that triangle, I'm pretty sure you would have used like SSS congruency and similarities as such in your questions. But here, it's not like that. It's here you'll be using the lengths and the ratios of the sides here in these questions. And here, majorly we'll be going through right angled triangle. Again, if you don't know what is right angled triangle, if one of the angle in your triangle is 90 degrees, one of the angle is 90 degrees, that type of triangles we call it as right angled triangle. Angled triangle. Fine. Now, okay, fine, we understood what is trigonometry. We understood we'll be going through right angled triangle. Now, before directly going to the ratios, we have to understand how do we assign sides, such as hypotenuse, we have base, we have perpendicular side. So how do we assign those sides for a particular triangle? Let's see that once. So as I told, we have three sides, right? The first one is hypotenuse. The second one is your base. And third one is your perpendicular. Now, hypotenuse, if you remember, it is the longest side of the right angle triangle. In easy terms, to remember, the side which is opposite to your 90 degree is called as hypotenuse. So in your first diagram, I've already mentioned which is your hypotenuse side, which is side AC. Because this is your 90 degrees, the side opposite to that is AC, that is your hypotenuse. Again, in other triangle also, AC would be your hypotenuse triangles, sorry, hypotenuse side. Now, AB and BC. Now, which one is base and which one is perpendicular? This depends on your angle on the triangle, or basically how do you see the triangle as. So here we'll be requiring one angle, which is reference angles. So here in the first diagram, our reference angles is at C, and the second diagram we have it as A. So at C, as we have a reference angle there, the side adjacent to it is called as base. Okay, again, AC is also adjacent and BC is also adjacent. But we have already told AC is hypotenuse, so we have to take the other side, which is BC. So that means BC is named as base. So we are remaining with perpendicular and we have only AB remaining. That means your AB is perpendicular. Similarly, in the third diagram, your reference angle is at A, which means the side beside, adjacent to your angle A is AB. That means this is base, the other side is perpendicular. Hopefully you have understood. Okay, now we've pretty much cleared up the topic of how do we tell which is base, which is perpendicular, and which is hypotenuse. Now let us start with the ratio. With those three sides, which is hypotenuse for an angle theta. Theta is a symbol used here. We have a base and we have perpendicular, right? So using these three sides, we can compare the sides, or we can take the ratio of the sides. So basically ratio is comparing two quantities by dividing them. So if I divide, I can divide pretty much divide anything. So if I divide P by H, for that ratio, we have a term assigned to it or allotted to it. So for this P by H, which is perpendicular by hypotenuse, we call it as sine theta. Sine theta. And similarly, if we have B by H, it is called as cosine theta. If we have P by B, we call it as tangent of theta, or in short form tan theta. We call it as tan theta. This is called as sine theta. This is cos theta in short forms. Again, the next is basically when you reverse the given ratios, which is H by P. H by P, I'll call it as cosecant theta or cosec theta. Next is H by B, which is secant theta or short form sec theta. And the last one is B by P, which is equals to cotangent or cotangent theta, which is called as cot theta in short form. Okay, so we had 6 names, guys. Okay, I understand. First time it would be difficult for you guys to mug up or keep these formulas in your mind. But let us write down it in a simpler way, in a tabular form, so that whenever you guys are having difficulties in remembering this, it would be easier for you. So we have a table. We have it in 3 different columns and 2 rows. I'll write P by H, B by H, and P by B. Okay, fine. Now I'll write sine here, cos here, and tan here. Similarly, I'll write cosec here, sec here, and cot here. Okay, now how do we read it? You can read sine in downwards way, which is P by H. Similarly, cos is B by H. Tan is P by B. Okay, so you understand how do you read sine, cos, and tan. Now, cosec and sec and cot. Cosec is H by P. Like this you have to read. Sec is H by B and cot is B by B. So this is a short tabular form so that you remember it in the starting part when you solve a lot of questions. Eventually you will remember this easily. It will be at your tip of your tongue, so you don't need to worry much. Just have to practice a lot of questions. So we'll just go through these ratio once before diving into the questions that I've written. So sine is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Your cos is base by hypotenuse. Tangent is perpendicular by base. Cosec is hypotenuse by perpendicular. Your secant is base by hypotenuse by base. Your cot is base by perpendicular. So after doing this, we'll go do 2 basic questions. Then we will have many more topics ahead. Okay, so in this question they have given us cos A. So if you remember cos A, it is basically base by hypotenuse, which is equals to 4 by 5, which means our base is 4, our hypotenuse is 5. Let us draw a triangle so that we remember it. It would be easier for us to break down the problem. So it's told that hypotenuse is 5, base is 4. Let's take angle A to be here. We need to find P. If you remember, for right angle triangle, we had a formula for hypotenuse, which is h square is equals to perpendicular side square plus base square. So from here I can write p square is equals to h square minus b square, right? So I'll write p square is equals to h square minus b square, and I'll take root both the sides, so which gives us p is equals to root of h square minus b square. Okay, now I'll, you know h value, you know b value. H is 5, b is 4. So when I put p is equals to root of 5 square minus 4 square, which gives us root of 25 minus 16, which is root of 9. If you remember, root of 9 is basically 3. Again, if you have a doubt of plus minus 3, guys, taking length in negatives doesn't make sense. So we'll be ignoring the minus 3 and we'll take plus 3 into consideration. So when you put plus 3 in p place, we get all three values, which means now we can write all the ratios using these three numbers. So sine A is basically p by h, so where p is 3 and h is 5. Similarly, cos is already given, so I'll write tan directly. Tan A is basically p by b, which is 3 by 4. Similarly, cosec A is equals to h by p. H is 5 and p is 3. Similarly, sec A is h by b, which is 5 by 4. And last one, this is cot A is equals to p by p, which is 4 by 3. Hopefully you have understood this question. This is a very basic question where you were given a value of either cos or sine. Using that, you had to find out one more value, the unknown value, and use it to find out other ratios. Okay, now let's solve one CBSE previous year question, and we'll make sure that our basic is strong. So in the question, it's given that 2 tan A is equals to 3, and we've been asked to find 4 sine A plus 5 cos A by 6 sine A plus 2 cos A. Okay, so here I'm seeing that we have two unknown variables, which is sine A and cos A. So from tan A, I might be able to find sine A and cos A, and from that value, when I put it into this big equation, I think I'll be getting my answer. So I'll try to get sine and cos value right now. So if I shift 2 here, I'll get tan A is equals to 3 by 2. If you remember tan A from the table, tan A is like this, which is p by b is equals to p by b. That means when I draw a triangle, when I draw this as angle A, we get that perpendicular is 3 and your base adjacent side of A is 2. So here we know p value, b value, and we need to find out h value. We know the formula, right? Hypotenuse formula, h square is equals to p square plus b square. So I'll write h is equals to root of p square plus b square. So p is 3 square and b square is 2 square. So which is 9 plus 4, which gives us root 13 as our h value. Okay, now we have p is equals to 3, b is equals to 2. From these three values, we can definitely get the value of sine A and cos A. If you remember sine A, it is p by h, and your cos A is base by h. Again, p is 3 by root 13. This is 2 by root 13. Now so we have got sine A value and we have got cos A value. So let me put this in the big equation. So 4 into sine A, which is 3 by root 13, plus 5 into cos A, which is 2 by root 13, divided by 6 into 3 by root 13, plus 2 into 2 by root 13. Now when I simplify it, so I'll be getting 12 by root 13 plus 10 by root 13 by 18 by root 13 and then 4 by root 13. Okay, now you can take 1 by root 13 common from both denominator as well as numerator. So after taking common, I'll be getting 1 by root 13 outside. So 12 plus 10 divided by 1 by root 13 common, 18 plus 4. Now I can cancel 1 by root 13, 1 by root 13, which gives us only 12 plus 10 by 18 plus 4. Now 12 plus 10 is 22 and 18 plus 4 is also 22. So which cancels and gives out the answer as 1. Now if you go back and see here, the answer is 1. And what we got is also 1. So this was a simple question, right? So where we had, again, one value was given, we had to find other two values and substitute in this big equation. This seems big, but believe me, most of the big equation that you see would be very simple. It's just you have to simplify it and solve it. So hope sure you have understood the method of solving it and this question also. So that's it for today's video. Thank you. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Thank you.